Many learners feel nervous about phone calls in English. That feeling is very common. When you talk on the phone, you cannot see the other person's face. You cannot see their lips or expressions. Sometimes the voice is fast, sometimes unclear, and sometimes the connection is not perfect. But let me tell you something important. You do not need perfect English to make a good phone call. You only need clear, simple sentences and a calm voice. And that is exactly what we will practice together. Let us start with the most basic and important moment. The phone rings. You look at the screen. You take a breath. You answer the call. In English, answering the phone can be very simple. You can say, "Hello." Or you can say, "Hello, this is Michael speaking." Or, "Hello, this is Sarah." All of these are natural and polite. You do not need to sound fancy. Simple is best. Now imagine someone calls you. You answer and say, "Hello, this is Daniel speaking." The other person says, "Hi Daniel, this is Emily. How are you?" You can reply, "Hi Emily, I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?" This small exchange is very friendly and very normal. It helps both people feel comfortable. Now let us slow down and practice listening. I want you to imagine this conversation in your mind. Listen carefully to the rhythm and tone. "Hello, this is James speaking." "Hi James, this is Anna. How are you today?" "I'm good, thank you. How can I help you?" Did you notice how calm and polite it sounds? No one is rushing. There are small pauses. That is good English communication. Now I want you to quietly repeat these sentences, either in your mind or out loud. "Hello, this is James speaking." "Hi James, this is Anna. How are you today?" "I'm good, thank you. How can I help you?" Very good. You are already practicing. Now let us talk about calling someone instead of answering. When you make a phone call, you usually start by introducing yourself. You can say, "Hello, this is Michael calling." Or, "Hi, this is Laura. May I speak with John, please?" That sentence is very polite and very useful. "May I speak with John, please?" The other person may say, "This is John." Or, "Yes, this is John speaking." Or, "I'm sorry, John is not available right now." If John is not available, you can say, "That's okay. May I leave a message, please?" This is a very common phrase. Leave a message means you tell information so the person can hear it later. Let us imagine a short phone call together. "Hello, this is Rebecca speaking." "Hi Rebecca, this is Tom. May I speak with John, please?" "I'm sorry, John is not available right now." "That's okay. May I leave a message?" "Of course. Please tell him that Tom called and I will call back later." "Sure, I'll let him know." Notice how calm and clear this conversation is. Nothing difficult. Just simple sentences. Now let us practice pronunciation gently. When you say, available, you can say available. Available. Try saying it slowly. Available. Good. When you say message, you say message. Message. Very good. Call back is simple. Call back. Now sometimes you answer a phone call and you do not know who is calling. In that case, you can say, "Hello, this is Amanda. Who's calling, please?" Or you can say, "Hello, may I ask who's calling?" These are polite and professional. Now imagine this situation. "Hello, this is Amanda. Hello, may I speak with Mark? May I ask who's calling?" This is Stephen. Very polite. Very clear. Now let us talk about one very important skill. Asking someone to repeat something. This is extremely important for phone calls. Even native speakers do this all the time. So please do not feel shy or embarrassed. If you do not hear clearly, you can say, "Sorry, could you repeat that, please?" Or, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you say it again? Or, sorry, the line is not very clear. Could you speak a little more slowly? Let us imagine a conversation. Hi, this is Alex. I'm calling about the appointment on Thursday. Sorry, could you repeat that, please? Sure. I'm calling about the appointment on Thursday. Thank you. That's much clearer. Very good. Asking for repetition shows that you care about understanding. Now let us talk about explaining the reason for your call. After greeting, you usually say why you are calling. You can say, I'm calling to ask about something. Or, I'm calling to check on something. Or, I'm calling to confirm something. For example, I'm calling to confirm my appointment. I'm calling to ask about my order. I'm calling to see if you are available tomorrow. Let us imagine another conversation. Hello, this is Brian speaking. Hi Brian, this is Olivia. I'm calling to ask about tomorrow's meeting. Oh yes, the meeting is at 10 in the morning. Very natural. Now let us move into a slightly longer conversation. Imagine you are calling a doctor's office. Hello, this is Green Clinic. Hello, this is Sarah. I'm calling to make an appointment. Sure. What day would you like? Next Monday, if possible. Let me check. Yes, Monday at 2:30 is available. That works for me. Thank you. You're welcome. See you then. Notice how polite and calm this is. No stress. Now let us practice listening again. I want you to listen carefully in your mind. Hello, this is Kevin. Hi Kevin, this is Rachel. I'm calling to check if you're available this afternoon. I'm free after 4. Great. I'll call you then. Now repeat after me slowly. I'm calling to check if you're available. I'm free after 4. I'll call you then. Excellent. Now let us talk about voicemail. Sometimes you call someone and they do not answer. You hear a recorded message. It may say, Hi, you've reached John. I'm not available right now. Please leave a message. After the beep. When you leave a voicemail, keep it simple. Say your name, your reason for calling, and your number if needed. For example, Hi John, this is Michael. I'm calling about our meeting tomorrow. Please call me back when you have time. Thank you. Very clear. Very polite. Now let us practice vocabulary related to voicemail. Beep. Message. Call back. Number. These are very common words. Now let us talk about being put on hold. Sometimes the person says, Please hold for a moment. That means wait. You can reply, Sure, no problem. Or, Okay, thank you. If you wait for a long time and come back, you can say, Thank you for waiting. Or, Thanks for holding. Now imagine this. Hello, this is customer service. Hi, I'm calling about my order. One moment, please. I'll check that for you. Sure, no problem. Thank you for waiting. Thank you. Now let us gently practice grammar without making it feel difficult. Notice how we often use present continuous for phone calls. I'm calling to ask. I'm calling to check. I'm calling to confirm. This sounds natural and polite. Now let us move into everyday personal phone calls. Imagine calling a friend. Hey, this is Jake. Hi Jake, this is Emma. What are you doing? Not much. How about you? I'm just relaxing. Do you want to grab coffee later? Sure, that sounds good. Very simple. Very natural. Now let us practice tone. On the phone, your tone matters more than your grammar. Smile when you speak. Even on the phone, people can hear a smile. Now I want to guide you through a short listening practice. Imagine you hear this phone call. Hello, this is Linda. Hi Linda, this is Chris. Sorry to call so late. No problem. What's going on? I just wanted to confirm our plans for tomorrow. Yes, we're meeting at 11. Perfect. See you then. See you tomorrow. Now I want you to answer a question in your mind. What time are they meeting? 11. Good. You are listening carefully. Now let us practice confidence. Remember, it is okay to make mistakes. If you say something wrong, you can correct yourself. You can say, sorry, I mean tomorrow, not today. Or, sorry, let me say that again. Native speakers do this all the time. Now imagine this. Hi, this is Peter. I'm calling about the delivery yesterday. Sorry, I mean today. No problem. I understand. See how easy it is to fix a mistake. Now let us practice pronunciation of common numbers and times. Phone calls often include times and dates. 2:30. 3:15. 4:45. Tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon. Next Friday. Say them slowly. 2:30. 3:15. Very good. Now let us end this part with a gentle short story. Imagine you are listening to this story. Michael wakes up in the morning and checks his phone. He sees a missed call from his coworker, Lisa. He feels a little nervous, but he takes a deep breath and calls her back. The phone rings. Lisa answers. Michael says, "Hi Lisa, this is Michael. Sorry I missed your call earlier." Lisa replies, "No problem at all. I was just calling to confirm the meeting time." Michael listens carefully and asks one question to be sure. He says, "Just to confirm, the meeting is at 9 tomorrow morning, right?" Lisa says, "Yes, that's correct." Michael thanks her and ends the call. He feels proud because the call was clear, calm, and successful. You see, phone calls do not need to be scary. They are just conversations. Now imagine you are holding your phone again, but this time the conversation is a little longer. Longer phone calls are not about speaking more difficult English. They are about staying calm, listening carefully, and responding step by step. Let us practice that feeling together. Sometimes when a call continues, you need small connecting phrases to show you are listening. You can say yes, okay, I see, right, that makes sense, or I understand. These words are very important. They show the other person that you are engaged and paying attention. Imagine this conversation. Hello, this is Robert. Hi Robert, this is Jessica. I'm calling to talk about the schedule for next week. Okay, I'm listening. So on Monday we'll start at 10 instead of 9. I see. And on Tuesday, we'll work from home. That sounds good. Does that work for you? Yes, that works for me. Notice how simple words like okay and I see help the conversation flow naturally. Now let us practice a situation where you need more time to think. On the phone, it is okay to pause. You can say, "Let me think for a moment." Or, "Just a second, please." Or, "Can you give me a moment?" Imagine this. Hi, this is Natalie. Are you free this evening? Let me think for a moment. Sure. Yes, I think I am free after 7. Great. Very natural. Very polite. Now let us talk about polite endings to phone calls. Ending a call politely is just as important as starting it. You can say, "Thank you for calling." Or, "Thank you for your time." Or, "It was nice talking to you." Or, "I'll talk to you soon." Imagine this ending. Thank you for calling, Emily. Thank you, Michael. Talk to you soon. Talk to you soon. Bye. Bye. Now let us move into some common everyday situations that many learners face. One common situation is calling customer service. This can feel stressful, but we will practice it slowly. Imagine this call. Hello, thank you for calling customer support. This is Daniel speaking. Hi Daniel, this is Karen. I'm calling about a problem with my order. I'm sorry to hear that. What seems to be the issue? I received the wrong item. I understand. Let me check that for you. Thank you. Could you please give me your order number? Yes, it's 4582. Thank you. One moment, please. Sure. Notice how polite and calm the language is. Words like I understand and I'm sorry to hear that help keep the conversation friendly. Now let us practice vocabulary related to problems. Problem. Issue. Order. Delivery. Refund. Exchange. These are common words. You do not need to memorize them all at once. Just get familiar with how they sound. Now let us practice pronunciation gently. Refund. Refund. Exchange. Exchange. Delivery. Delivery. Very good. Now let us imagine a situation where you are late and need to call someone. This is very common in real life. Hello, this is Alex. Hi Alex, this is Megan. I just wanted to let you know that I might be a few minutes late. Thanks for letting me know. I should be there by 10:15. No problem. Drive safely. Thank you. Notice how polite and responsible this sounds. Let you know. Might be a few minutes late. These phrases are very useful. Now let us practice grammar naturally again. When you talk about the future on phone calls, you often use will or going to. I will call you later. I'm going to check and call you back. Both are correct and common. Imagine this. I'm not sure right now, but I'll check and call you back. Okay, thank you. Now let us move into a listening practice with a slightly longer dialogue. Imagine you are just listening. Do not worry about speaking yet. Hello, this is Matthew. Hi Matthew, this is Chloe. I'm calling to see if you received my email. Yes, I received it this morning. Great. Did you have a chance to review it? Not yet, but I'll look at it this afternoon. Okay, no problem. Let me know if you have any questions. I will. Thanks for calling. You're welcome. Now I want you to think about one question. Did Matthew review the email yet? No. He will review it in the afternoon. Good. Your listening is improving. Now let us practice speaking prompts. I will say a situation, and you can imagine your response. Situation 1. You call a friend and want to invite them for dinner. You can say, "Hi, this is Ben. I was wondering if you'd like to have dinner with me tonight." Situation 2. You answer the phone and do not recognize the number. You can say, "Hello, this is Olivia. May I ask who's calling, please?" Situation 3. You cannot hear clearly. You can say, "Sorry, could you speak a little louder, please?" Very good. Even thinking about these responses helps your brain prepare for real conversations. Now let us talk about emotional tone. Sometimes phone calls are happy. Sometimes they are serious. Sometimes they are urgent. Your voice can change slightly, but your English can stay simple. Imagine a serious call. Hello, this is Thomas. Hi Thomas, this is Rachel. I need to talk to you about something important. Okay, what's going on? There has been a change in our plans for tomorrow. I understand. Please tell me. Simple. Calm. Respectful. Now imagine a happy call. Hey, this is Luke. Hi Luke, this is Hannah. I just wanted to share some good news. That's great. What happened? I got the job. That's amazing. Congratulations. Now let us gently practice pronunciation of emotions. Important. Important. Congratulations. Congratulations. Good news. Very good. Now let us talk about interruptions. Sometimes the line cuts out. Sometimes there is noise. You can say, "Sorry, you're breaking up." Or, "I think the connection is bad." Or, "Can you hear me?" Imagine this. Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you now. Okay, great. Now let us practice a short everyday story to build listening confidence. Emma is working at her desk when her phone rings. She sees her manager's name on the screen. She feels a little nervous, but she stays calm. She answers and says, "Hello, this is Emma." Her manager speaks a little fast, so Emma listens carefully. When she does not understand one sentence, she politely asks, "Sorry, could you repeat that, please?" Her manager repeats the information more slowly. Emma thanks her and repeats the key detail to confirm. She says, "Just to confirm, the deadline is Friday afternoon, right?" Her manager says yes. Emma ends the call feeling confident and proud. Now notice what Emma did. She stayed calm. She asked for repetition. She confirmed information. These are excellent phone skills. Now let us practice confirmation phrases. Just to confirm. Let me make sure I understand. So you mean. These phrases help avoid mistakes. Imagine this. So you mean the meeting is cancelled? Yes, that's correct. Very helpful. Now let us gently practice some pronunciation again. Confirm. Confirm. Cancelled. Cancelled. Deadline. Deadline. You are doing very well. Take another slow breath. Feel proud of yourself. Many people avoid phone calls in English, but you are practicing and growing. Wonderful. Let us continue gently and steadily. You are doing great, and I want you to remember that every sentence you hear is helping your mind get used to real English. There is no hurry. Just listen, relax, and let the language flow naturally. Now imagine a phone call where you need to explain something clearly. Explaining on the phone is not about using big words. It is about using simple sentences and clear order. You can speak one idea at a time. Imagine this call. "Hello, this is Andrew." "Hi Andrew, this is Sophia. I'm calling because I have a question about tomorrow." "Sure, what's your question?" "I just wanted to know if we are meeting at the office or online." "We are meeting online." "Okay, thank you for letting me know." Notice how Sophia explains her reason calmly and clearly. She does not rush. She does not add extra words. This makes communication easy. Now let us practice a common situation. Calling to reschedule something. "Hello, this is Ryan." "Hi Ryan, this is Laura. I'm calling about our meeting this afternoon." "Yes. I'm sorry, but I need to reschedule." "That's okay. What time works for you?" "Would tomorrow morning be okay?" "Yes, that works." "Thank you. I appreciate it." "No problem at all." This is very polite English. Words like "I'm sorry" and "I appreciate it" help keep the tone respectful. Now let us gently practice pronunciation again. Reschedule. Reschedule or reschedule. Both are used. Appreciate. Appreciate. Very good. Now let us talk about asking questions on the phone. Questions help you get information and avoid confusion. Simple questions are best. You can ask, "What time is it? Where is it? How long will it take? Who should I speak with?" Imagine this. "Hello, this is customer support." "Hi, I have a question about my bill." "Sure. What would you like to know?" "When is the payment due?" "It's due on Friday." "Okay, thank you." Simple and clear. Now let us practice listening carefully for details. I will say a short phone conversation. Listen and notice the important information. "Hello, this is Jason." Hi Jason, this is Nicole. I'm calling to remind you about the appointment. Oh yes, thank you. It's on Wednesday at 3 in the afternoon. Got it. Wednesday at 3. Perfect. See you then. Now answer this in your mind. What day is the appointment? Wednesday. What time? 3 in the afternoon. Very good. Now let us practice repeating information to confirm. This is a very strong skill. You can say, let me repeat that to be sure. Or, so it's on Wednesday at 3, right? This helps avoid mistakes and shows good communication. Now let us move into casual phone conversations. These are calls with friends or family. The language is more relaxed. Imagine this. Hey, this is Noah. Hi Noah, this is Lily. What are you up to? Not much. Just relaxing at home. Same here. Do you want to watch a movie later? Sure. What time? Around 8? That works for me. Very natural. Very friendly. Now notice informal phrases. What are you up to means what are you doing? Not much means nothing special. These are very common in spoken English. Now let us practice tone again. When you speak casually, your voice can be warmer and more relaxed. Now let us practice a speaking prompt together. I will describe a situation. You imagine what you would say. Situation. You missed a call from a coworker and you are calling back. You can say, "Hi, this is Daniel. Sorry I missed your call earlier. I'm calling you back now." Very good. Situation. Someone calls you while you are busy. You can say, "Hi, this is Grace. I'm a bit busy right now. Can I call you back later?" This is polite and clear. Now let us talk about voicemail again, but this time leaving a more detailed message. Imagine this. Hi Emma, this is Lucas. I'm calling about the report we discussed yesterday. I have one quick question. Please call me back when you have a chance. Thank you. Clear. Calm. Friendly. Now let us practice pronunciation of chance. Chance. Very good. Now let us talk about confidence on phone calls. Confidence does not mean speaking fast. Confidence means speaking clearly and calmly, even if your English is simple. You can always slow down. You can always ask for help. You can always say, "Let me explain that again." Now imagine this. Sorry, let me explain that again more clearly. Sure. Very natural. Now let us do a longer listening practice. Just listen and imagine this phone call. Hello, this is William. Hi William, this is Olivia. I wanted to talk to you about next week. Sure. There has been a small change to the schedule. Okay. We will start 1 hour later on Monday. So we'll start at 10 instead of 9? Yes, exactly. Thanks for letting me know. Of course. Now answer this in your mind. What changed? The start time. When will they start? At 10. Excellent. Now let us talk about polite disagreement. Sometimes you do not agree or cannot do something. You can still be polite. You can say, "I'm sorry, but that won't work for me." Or, "I'm afraid I won't be available." Imagine this. Would you be able to meet this evening? I'm sorry, but I won't be available tonight. That's okay. Maybe another time. Very respectful. Now let us practice pronunciation. Available. Available. Afraid. Afraid. Now let us practice a short story again. Jason is waiting for an important call. When his phone rings, he feels nervous, but he remembers to stay calm. He answers and listens carefully. The other person explains something quickly. Jason does not panic. He politely asks, "Sorry, could you slow down a little?" The speaker slows down. Jason understands better and asks one question to confirm. When the call ends, Jason feels confident because he handled the situation calmly and clearly. Now think about Jason. He did not need perfect English. He needed calm English. Now let us practice connecting phrases that help conversations flow. Phrases like by the way, actually, just a moment, one more thing. Imagine this. By the way, I wanted to ask you something else. Sure. Very common. Now let us gently practice pronunciation of actually. Actually. By the way. Very good. Now let us prepare for unexpected phone calls. Sometimes people call without warning. Imagine this. Hello, this is Ethan. Hi Ethan, this is Megan. Is now a good time to talk? Yes, I have a few minutes. Great. Or you can say, I'm sorry, now is not a good time. Can I call you back later? Both are correct. Now let us do another speaking prompt. Situation. You answer the phone and the sound is unclear. You say, hello, the sound is a bit unclear. Could you repeat that, please? Excellent. Now let us talk about stress words and clarity. On the phone, stress important words slightly. For example, 3:30. Tomorrow morning. Next Friday. This helps the listener understand you. Now let us practice slowly. Tomorrow morning. Next Friday. 3:30. Good. Great, let us continue and gently bring everything together. You have already practiced many useful skills, and now it is time to feel how all of them work together naturally. Stay relaxed. There is nothing new to fear here. This is just a continuation of what you already know. Imagine a phone call that feels real and complete, from beginning to end. The phone rings. You answer calmly. Hello, this is Daniel speaking. Hi Daniel, this is Amanda. How are you? I'm doing well, thank you. How are you? I'm good, thanks. I'm calling to talk about the plans for next week. Sure, go ahead. Notice how simple and smooth this feels. Now Amanda explains slowly. So on Monday, we will have a short meeting in the morning. Then we'll work independently in the afternoon. Okay, I understand. On Tuesday, we might start a little later than usual. I see. Does that work for you? Yes, that works for me. Great. I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page. Thanks for calling and letting me know. Of course. I'll talk to you soon. Talk to you soon. Bye. Bye. That is a full phone call. Nothing complicated. Just calm English, clear listening, and polite responses. Now let us slow down and talk about one very important feeling. Confidence. Confidence does not mean speaking like a native speaker. Confidence means trusting that you can communicate, even with simple words. It means staying calm when you do not understand everything. It means knowing that you can always ask questions. If you ever feel nervous, remember this. You can always slow the conversation down. You can say, could we take this one step at a time? Or, let me make sure I understand. Or, could you explain that again, please? These sentences give you control. And that control gives you confidence. Now let us practice another longer listening story. Just listen and imagine the situation. Sarah is at home in the evening when her phone rings. She sees it is her coworker, Mark. She answers and says hello in a calm voice. Mark sounds a little stressed and speaks quickly at first. Sarah listens carefully, but she misses one detail. She does not panic. She politely interrupts and says, "Sorry Mark, could you repeat the last part more slowly?" Mark slows down and repeats himself. Sarah understands and repeats the key point back to him to confirm. She says, "So the report is due tomorrow morning, correct?" Mark says yes. Sarah thanks him for calling. When the call ends, Sarah feels relaxed and confident. She handled the call successfully. Now think about what helped Sarah. She listened calmly. She asked for repetition. She confirmed information. You can do the same. Now let us practice a few gentle speaking moments again. Imagine I ask you questions, and you answer in your mind. If someone asks, "Can you talk right now?" you can say, "Yes, I can talk." Or, "I'm a bit busy, can I call you back later?" If someone says, "I'll call you tomorrow," you can say, "Sounds good. I'll talk to you then." If someone says, "Thank you for your time," you can say, "You're welcome. It was nice talking to you." All of these responses are simple and natural. Now let us talk about mistakes one last time. Mistakes are normal. You might say the wrong word. You might forget a sentence. That is okay. You can always correct yourself. You can say, "Sorry, I mean next week, not this week." Or, "Let me say that again." People understand. Communication is about meaning, not perfection. Now let us gently practice pronunciation of a few very common phone words one last time. Repeat them slowly in your mind. Calling. Speaking. Available. Tomorrow. Meeting. Message. Confirm. Appointment. Good. You are familiar with them now. Now imagine your future self. Imagine yourself answering a phone call in English without fear. Your voice is calm. Your words are clear. You listen carefully. You respond naturally. That version of you is already growing, because you are practicing right now. Before we finish, let us imagine one final short call, very relaxed and friendly. "Hey, this is Chris." "Hi Chris, this is Anna. I just wanted to check in and say hello." "That's nice of you. How are things?" "Everything is good. I just wanted to hear your voice." "That's great. I'm glad you called." "Me too. I'll talk to you later." "Sounds good. Talk soon." "Talk soon. Bye." Bye. That is English for phone calls. Real, human, simple, and warm. Now take a slow breath. Feel proud of yourself. You stayed with this practice. You listened. You imagined. You learned. Every time you listen like this, your English becomes more natural without forcing it. Remember, you do not need perfect English to make phone calls. You only need calm English, polite English, and clear English. And you already have that. Keep practicing. Keep listening. Keep speaking, even if it feels slow at first. Confidence grows quietly, one conversation at a time. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I'm very proud of you. Keep going, keep practicing, and trust yourself. You are doing better than you think, and your English will keep improving every single day.